Welcome everyone, lovely to see you and thanks for joining us for the biggest variety of exciting cruise adventures anywhere on TV. Don't care what anybody says. This is Cruise1st TV and this is the home of the deal.
It absolutely is, and when we put our deals together we always want everything, and this exciting show features Norwegian Cruise Lines and it has just that for you with premium drinks package, Wi-Fi, specialty dining packages and shore excursion credits to enjoy all the way.
Well, free at sea is the only way to live, and we've got 4 fabulous deals to grab today with a low deposit. We all need something to look forward to after all, so we've got a lovely Shores of Sun 8 nights for May around the Med, as well as a cheeky October week of Monaco, Florence and the Amalfi Coast. That sounds lovely. And we've got a big one as well, 20-night Boston to New Orleans via the Caribbean for November.
Fantastic. Let's start with a wonderful offer coming up even sooner. 11 nights of fun and discovery for April now. Heading to the Big Easy in the Western Caribbean. Sounds ace. So let's fly you to New Orleans first, where you can chill out, drink in the jazz and blues and enjoy 3 nights living the Big Easy life. Oh, what a city. Oh. Gosh, it's incredible. Whether you head to Reservation Music Hall on Bourbon Street and see the traditional blues, or you go and enjoy Café du Monde, you can actually do it all, of course. Louis Armstrong Park's fantastic. You've got 7 nights to enjoy free at sea on board the fantastic Escape, and that includes, by the way, your premium drinks package, your Wi-Fi package, 3 specialty dining meals and $50 shore excursions credit per stateroom per port. So much already packed into your cruise fare before we've even set sail, which is great. And when you're on board Escape, you can really just take your pick of all of the exciting adventures that are on offer. You know, you've got the waterfront, which is a 1/4-mile oceanfront promenade, and this allows you to kind of really connect with the ocean whilst experiencing some of Norwegian's signature dining venues and bars. And it's got lovely ocean views for you as well. So Aqua Park, this is where you can enjoy all the fun water slides up there, including Freefall, one of the fastest water slides at sea. Yes, thank you very much. Then let's talk about the mini golf too, which is not on many ships. Make your way around the 9-hole course, a great thing to do with the family. And in fact, this would be a great family trip because there's so much to entertain everybody on Norwegian Cruise Lines. What about the Bamboozled Escape experience? This is great. You join forces with other guests to help our superhero escape the ship to foil an evil villain's plan before it's too late. Yes, you really do have those experiences on a cruise ship. It wouldn't be something you would think about, but you're like, oh, that's cool. And this is why we love Norwegian. They do think outside of the box when it comes to the experiences. Now, we are off on an adventure cruising out of New Orleans. The first port we'll be heading into is Cozumel in Mexico, which has incredible snorkeling. I mean, it's just got the most perfect turquoise ocean. It's unbelievably clear thanks to the Mesoamerican reef and currents surrounding the island. So get on out in a catamaran snorkel if you can. Then we're into Roatan in Honduras, which feels very lush and tropical. It is, in fact, colourful houses on stilts, brilliant marine life. Now, the celebrity Gumbalima Park and Zipline Adventure is the standout tour here. Ziplining over the jungles, nothing quite like it. Then we have a day at Harvest Key, which is the private island here in Belize. It's absolutely stunning, just for Norwegian Cruise Line guests. Got a huge lagoon there, white sand beaches, that bright turquoise Belizean ocean as well. And actually, Belize has some of the best marine life on earth. So whether you are snorkeling or diving, if you've got maybe a diving license, or glass bottom kayak, you will get to see it. If you get out there on the water, it'll be incredible. Next up, we're going to be heading into Costa Maya. Now, it has a mix of beachy relaxation and proper Mayan culture. Right there at the terminal, you've got a swimming pool and shops that you can enjoy. Hire a golf cart, head to downtown, the downtown area, Mahawal, it's called, the old town there. And then we're back into New Orleans, where you'll disembark. We'll fly you back home. After this picture-perfect adventure, taking in some of the best Western Caribbean ports.
Doesn't this look just so much fun? Like the whole thing. The ship looks great, the itinerary looks fun, you've got a mix of exciting ports there and lovely Harvest Key as well, where you can just sort of chill out and enjoy. The whole thing is all-inclusive, beyond all-inclusive as well. It's a great, incredible opportunity to enjoy a stay in New Orleans and that week of literal escape on Norwegian Escape. And the best thing of all, It's in April. It's not that far away. Let's get a price. Let's get a price. Let's do it. Why not? Why not? Who needs a holiday? Hands up. Everyone. When's your next one booked? Too far. This one goes in April. Oh, it's so good, isn't it? So that's your flights to and from New Orleans. 3-night hotel stay there, which sounds brilliant. I mean, you know you're going to love that. You can have more nights if you want to, not a problem. And you've got your all-inclusive cruise for a whole week with free at sea inclusions on board, which is brilliant. Let me tell you about this. So, unlimited premium drinks package. It is great. You never have to do any counting. One at a time responsibly. That's the only counting you need to do. You've got a 1, 2, 3-night specialty dining package. You've got Wi-Fi included and shore excursion credits for every port that you go into. You're enjoying the Western Caribbean, Mexico, Honduras, and a day at Harvest Key in Belize. Just grab it now. Here's the details. Grab it now. Right now. Look at each other and say, actually, did we like the look of that? Did we like the ship? Did we like all the fun stuff that happens on the ship? You're off the clock, of course, when you're cruising with Norwegian as well, because you go and dine when you want, where you want, which is great. So you don't have to be clock watching. So if you think, oh, what about this excursion? Will I be back in time for dinner? All of that kind of stuff. Throw those worries out the window. You don't need those whatsoever. Your drinks are included. You've got some Wi-Fi. You've got shore excursion credit in each port, and you've got 3 nights of specialty dining for the both of you, by the way. You don't need to go one at a time. It's great, isn't it? All of that at 1949, and this will slot really nicely into your holiday calendar. And don't you think a lot of people right now are saying, okay, where before I always used to sort of limit, we had 2 holidays a year. Do you not think a lot more people are kind of saying, right, carpe diem, let's do 3 or 4, let's break our own rules, let's do something different, let's brave it. And it is going back to that, you know, here for a good time, not a long time thing, very, very seriously, because people are going, actually, who knows what tomorrow brings, so let's make today count. And people are really going for it. 5 or 6 holidays a year is not unusual. I know you've got to work and pay for them. I know that. I do that too. But when you take them, they're well worth it. Yeah. Anyway, let's take our next escape. And it is brilliant. It is epic, literally. A cheeky week away at the start of October, enjoying France, Italy and Sicily, all inclusive. You'll fly to Barcelona first and head straight to the port to join Epic, Norwegian Epic. And you're on for 7 nights, all inclusive, all over again.
This is lovely, and what a ship. You know, the Epic was one of the first kind of original ships in this class of NCL that really changed the game of cruising, you know, with all of the exciting bells and whistles that were added on board. She was refurbished, by the way, just recently, so she's been upgraded. One of Norwegian's most popular ships as well. Now, you've got the Cabin Club on board, where you can step into the legendary Liverpool club where the Beatles perform. That's a really fun thing to do, actually. Experience a vibrant rock and roll scene, live music, even a Beatles cover band performs every night in there. So they've really just thought about making the whole experience different and special, and, you know, something to talk about. Something to talk about when you go back home as well, isn't it? With the friends and family. You know, guess what I did on a cruise ship? What about Spice H2O, where you can soak up the sun by day around the pool and dine on the delicious fare of outdoor buffet at the adults only Ibiza inspired beach club. That's at the back of the ship. And Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. This is the featured musical on board, as is Burn the Floor. And Priscilla, you know, I've seen it in the West End. My tickets were, I think, £70. So there we go. That's included. You're not paying extra. Now, there's lots of cool happenings. Every night they'll have a different theme. You've got the White Hot Party. They'll do like usually a big deck barbecue, a Chocoholics buffet, things like this are happening around the ship every night. Events with your cruise staff and their team as well. We love that. And get all singing or dancing if you want to join in, by the way. So a fantastic experience awaits on the Norwegian Epic, and we are sailing out of Barcelona. And first up, we will be heading into beautiful Marseille, France. And this has a really gritty, cool energy, colourful street art, old fishermen mending nets in the viewport, the old port. Huge North African influence in the food as well. Now, the Marseille Street Market and Le Panier Discovery Tour is brilliant if you want something different. We're into Villefranche next, which is ridiculously pretty. And of course, you're on the French Riviera there. the deep natural harbour. It's been used since the Roman times, actually. And the Fragonard Perfume Atelier in Etsi is a lovely twist. You can actually head to the medieval hilltop and blend fragrance. Then Livorno awaits, and this is very special. Built for canals to look like Little Venice, actually. But it has that working port personality to it. And the Tuscan countryside and slow food farmhouse visit is a real gem of a tour. Messina's next. It sits right on the strait where the sea forms whirlpools. Now, you might want to head on out to the Etna Wine Roads and Lava Stone Cellars Tour, which takes you to vineyards growing in volcanic soil. Wow, beautiful wines there. Then it's Salerno. And Salerno has a medieval old town where you can really enjoy their gardens and tiny ceramic workshops. But what about the Payson Greek temples and Buffalo Mozzarella Estate excursion? Oh, you said mozzarella. You had me a mozzarella. Yeah, that would be great. Then we're back into Rome, or Civitavecchia, the port for Rome, where you'll disembark and fly back home. You've started in Barcelona, finishes in Rome, which is nice and unusual. But of course, end-to-end flights are included, and it's just a wonderful itinerary of the Med for you in a time of year which is getting colder back home, but will still be nice and sunny, usually in the Mediterranean.
Nice time to get away.
Yeah,
definitely. October is that time of the year where it starts getting dark and all the rest of it, doesn't it? And cold and wet and everything else. And actually, the weather's going to be better there, don't you? This is awesome, and it is worth grabbing today with a deposit while we have it. This is really flexible, this one as well. Let's look at our price. Now, this, remember, is flight to Barcelona, your 7-night cruise, and your flight back from Rome. But at that price, all inclusive for the cruise, that's a good starting point to say, actually, let's have another couple of nights in Barcelona before we go on the cruise, and let's have a couple of nights in Rome at the end. Let's eke out this holiday a little bit longer, which is great. I love Barcelona to Rome. Is such a clever holiday. It really is, because flight times back to the UK, there or thereabouts, about the same anyway, isn't it? All inclusive, early October, flights included. Cruise includes your premium unlimited drinks package, a 3-night specialty dining package, which is great, Wi-Fi and shore excursion credits for each port as well. And life on Norwegian is just so chilled. There's so much choice, fun, comfort to enjoy. Just getting away for a week in October, that's enough, isn't it, really? And there are other dates for this offer as well, from April right the way through to October. So talk to the team today and we'll get you sorted. Here's all the details that you need, you lovely people. And again, if you do want to add stays in either Barcelona or Rome or both, just talk to the team and we will find the best way to make that happen for you. Do it as part of your holiday package, and that means that the whole thing is off your shoulders and onto ours, and we have broad shoulders. They are 25+ years old in terms of our travel expertise, so use them. I mean, it is brilliant. It's really good. A service like ours here at Cruise1st is great for planning this kind of holiday, because you can pass all the responsibility on to us. It is amazing, and we are very happy to take that responsibility and not charge you 500 quid each as a booking fee to do it, which is great. 0800 953 4700 is that number to call right now if you want to grab that. As you can see, you can grab it today with a deposit, and just knowing that you've got that to look forward to at what is a grotty time of the year here is fantastic.
Yeah, exactly. We need something to look forward to at that time of the year.
Absolutely.
Our next Norwegian breakaway is an all-inclusive Shores of Sun cruise in May, so you won't have long to wait for this one. Now, this is 8 nights in all. It starts on the 2nd of May by flying you over to Portugal's charming capital, Lisbon, and you'll have a night in a hotel here to explore the city, which is lovely. Just enough time to feel that gorgeous mix of old and new, yellow trams rattling past, tiled buildings, fado music drifting out of little tavernas. Oh, wonderful. Pastel de nata. Then it's time to cruise on board the fantastic Norwegian Dawn for 7 nights. You've got your premium drinks package, 3 specialty dining meals included, Wi-Fi, $50 shore excursions credit per stateroom per port, so already lots packed into your fare before even having to think about anything, which is great. And the Norwegian Dawn is lovely. She's been extensively upgraded just a couple of years ago, and if you've cruised on board Dawn before, or if it's your first time, you'll definitely feel like it's a home from home. These are slightly smaller Norwegian cruise line ships, but they're beautifully decorated, and there's that sort of lovely, as you saw pictured there, the crushed velvet, the nice bright pops of colour around the ship ownership, something I really like about this class. I love the layout too. It's super easy to find your way around on board anything in the Dawn class, and you know, the venues are pretty much straightforward to find. There are lots of lovely dining options, and Norwegian Cruise Lines is known for their specialty dining. They're really one of the first pioneers in the cruising industry to bring signature specialty dining and brands on board, for example. So you know, you'll find Los Lobos, which is authentic Mexican. Moderno Churrascaria, the Brazilian steakhouse, that's a really fun one. They come around with so much different meat, and they have these stop and go cards. So red to stop, green to go. Keep bringing the food around. Even as a vegetarian, I had so many dishes to eat. It was very cool. So we are going on an adventure out of Lisbon, and first up we're into Portimao. Portimao, Golden Cliffs, brilliant blue water, and it's on the Algarve. So you've got the Bengali sea caves. I was just there recently. They are amazing for dolphin watching. That's a great excursion to do, for sure. And Lagos is not too far away as well. Then we're into Cadiz in the south of Spain, one of Europe's oldest cities, with Phoenician ruins under your feet and flamenco drifting into tiny bars. You're not far from Seville, so you can head there for the day. The Aire Spa in Seville, I would very much recommend. That's wonderful. Next up, we're into Motril, and Motril is your gateway to Granada, but you've also got the mountain villages there of Las Alpujarras with the whitewashed houses. It's very pretty indeed in this Andalusian city. Next up, it's Gibraltar. Gibraltar, it's tiny but very dramatic, of course it is, known as the Rock. You've got the wild macaques there. They certainly have personalities, every one of them. Limestone tunnels, views across to Africa. I mean, it is amazing. Great dolphin watching to do in this part of the world, by the way. Next, we're into Ibiza. Not just nightlife like you think about. Ibiza is actually a UNESCO fortress with cobbled lanes and sea views, and it has got a very enchanting old town, actually. It's so pretty. Or you can head to the hippie market for a spot of shopping. We're going to scoot into Palma de Mallorca next, which gives you kind of a grandiose downtown area, but at the same time the contrast is the beautiful beachside elements of Mallorca make it very relaxed, and there's some wonderful oceanside dining and bars right where the ship docks. Then we are going to disembark in Barcelona, and we're going to be flying you back end to end, flying you back from Barcelona to the UK. Wonderful.
Yeah, it's another one, isn't it, where you look at it and you think May's the time of year where we're still waiting for the sun to really do its thing in this country, aren't we? So often what we do is we head east, don't we? We go to Spain, we go to Portugal. That's what we do at this time of the year. So actually, I think what we've got here for you is a deal and a half, and it comes up before you know it. I mean, if you think about, I'm so sorry to say, but how quickly has the last 12 months gone? You know, like it's just, what happened? And this comes up in May, and May will be here before you know it. And if you're thinking, okay, well, my next cruise, it's not until next winter, or, you know, it's like 9, 10, 11, 12 months ahead of you, and you're looking for something to look forward to that, you know, you can see the light at the end of the tunnel right now, this has your flights included, has the all-inclusive cruise, and it's just fantastic. Oh, and so is the price as well. Look at this. This is for May, remember. There are other dates from May through to October, but if you can make this date work for you, and the sooner the better, quite frankly, for any cruise holiday, this is great. So this package is your flight to Lisbon, and you get a night in a hotel there before you then cruise, which is great. You want to add a couple more nights, you can, not a problem whatsoever. But then your cruise is a week-long, all-inclusive fest on Norwegian Dawn, which I was lucky enough to film on board a few months ago, and she's fabulous. Really, really lovely. While you're on board enjoying that cruise to all those beautiful places, you've got premium drinks, unlimited, which is great, although one at a time responsibly, thank you. 3-night specialty dining package. You've got shore excursion credits of every single port, and you've got some Wi-Fi. I don't think we can say much fairer than that. If you consider that if you were trying to get from place to place to place that this cruise goes to, you'd spend a lot more than that. A lot more than that, very, very easily. And of course, the dining wouldn't be in. The drinks wouldn't be in. The Wi-Fi wouldn't be in. You'd be paying more. You get my message. Here's all the details you need to get yourself booked. It is a good one, I think, a really, really good one. In fact, there's a nice solo price there as well, if you just fancy a little getaway. More and more people are cruising solo. even if you do have a big family, a lot of people say, actually, do you know what? I need a week off from you lot. I need to escape. And this is the kind of thing that people are choosing, and I'm not surprised at all. I'm getting a few tips from people that I'm meeting along the way, you know, like sometimes, you know, your nearest and dearest, you think, actually, I'm going to need a little break from you, and, you know, the caravan in Port Talbot isn't really doing it for me anymore. I need something a little bit sunnier and, you know, a little bit more free and enjoyable and pampering and luxurious, and a cruise is all about that. I hope that's helped a few people to their booking there as well. 0800 953 4700. Any questions you've got, just talk to the team, because they are amazing, and they'll give you all kinds of advice as well. You want longer in Lisbon. Remember, you end that cruise in Barcelona, so if you wanted a couple of nights there as well, especially if you are, you know, having a little break away yourself, then let's make it as long as we possibly can. Not a problem there whatsoever. 0800 953 4700. I sound like I'm planning some kind of escape myself. It's like it feels like I'm always on holiday at the moment.
Wow, I mean, you know what? That's not a bad thing.
No,
like
never.
And having them lined up too. I mean, this is the great secret, isn't it? Having these holidays ready to look forward to, and putting an easy deposit down. You don't have to, you know, pay off the cruise until your due date. It just makes it even easier.
Yeah.
You know, even into 2028 now, we're starting to see. So our final all-inclusive offer with Norwegian is a 20-night promise of city discovery and the allure of the Caribbean on the Norwegian breakaway. Now, you'll fly on the 6th of November, first to Boston to enjoy a 2-night city stay in a lovely hotel, Central Hotel for you in Boston. And Boston is such an enchanting city. You know, you've got lots to enjoy just wandering around Boston. You'll get a really nice vibe for it, and you know, you'll get that lovely frosty air at this time of year, which actually adds to the atmosphere of being in New England, which I think will be really enjoyable. Now we're going to be on board for 14 nights on the Norwegian breakaway. Fantastic. Now that includes 4 specialty dining meals, your Wi-Fi package, your premium drinks package. So this is all part of Free at Sea. So you have $50 shore excursions credit per stateroom per port as well, which is great. Now, when it comes to the day-to-day that you're going to be enjoying on board the breakaway, you've got loads of activities that enable you to just kind of, you know, keep your routine. Maybe if you're someone that's quite routine-based and you want to go, you know, do your classes in the gym, you might want to do your daily Sudoku and grab the daily paper. Like, all of these things are available for you. You can even sign up to do cards games, like you might want to join a bridge group, for example. So I love that they have these things on offer, but of course there's lots of other exciting elements to being on a cruise that really take you out of your day-to-day routine at the same time. Maybe you're going to be doing something you've never tried before. It might be towel folding or napkin folding, or, you know, a ballroom dancing class. But, you know, the time to do it is on a cruise, because that's where most of us sort of let go of some of our inhibitions and, you know, might dip our toe into the water of trying something new. Now, when it comes to entertainment, of course, they've got you well catered for day and night, whether you're just sitting and having a coffee in your favorite coffee shop and there's a guitarist playing, or you are watching the full-on nightly show. There'll never be a dull moment. Oh, there definitely will never be a dull moment. So we're off on an adventure out of Boston, and first up we are cruising to Charlotte Amalie in St. Thomas, which has got a hidden pirate history actually. Blackbeard's actual lookout sits above the harbour. You've also got Paradise Point, that gives you really wonderful views over downtown, and it's right by the ship. You can enjoy that. We're into Castries and St. Lucia next, excuse me. It's one of the only Caribbean islands which is formed from twin volcanic plugs, which are known as the Pitongs National Park. And you can head on out on a Jeep safari, which will take you there. St. George's Grenada's next. Grenada's nutmeg is so aromatic that locals use the husks to scent entire rooms. And you can actually do a bit of shopping for the spices to bring back home. Again, downtown, they'll have some options for you in the spice market, which is great. Willemstad Curaçao's next, and colourful houses, they're all UNESCO listed. Really interesting thing to visit here would be the synagogue with the sand floor downtown, and the Queen Emma pontoon bridge that opens and closes as ships pass in. Also, you've got to watch that happening. Then it's Oranjestad, Aruba. Mostly dry desert, which does shock people actually about Aruba, but it's full of beautiful trees bent permanently by the trade winds. And if you take the Kuku bus, it'll take you around the island, and you can learn a little bit more about that. Next, Cayman Islands awaits, and it's Georgetown with its famous Stingray City, and you can head on out and enjoy that and feed the stingrays actually in quite shallow waters, and they are very friendly. They are very friendly beings indeed. Now we're going to cruise into New Orleans, where we will disembark and have a 3-night stay in the Big Easy. Wow, approaching New Orleans by river is rare. Most people only fly in. So you get to see the bends actually of the Mississippi, just as the old paddle boats did. Now the Garden District walking tour and cemetery visit is really interesting. You can learn about the Creole mansions, wrought iron balconies, and I'd recommend the ghost tour at night too. That's a fascinating tour to do. So after this amazing adventure, of course, heading into Boston, over on the East Coast, and then exploring the Caribbean, which is wonderful, before ending up, in fact, down a little bit further south in New Orleans, which has a nice temperate climate. So even in November, you should hopefully have warm weather. And then afterwards, we're going to fly you back to the UK.
I would love as well, you know, back on, we were talking about Canada and New England earlier. I think, you know, this would be another kind of like, you know, like foodie kind of place to go as well. I know New Orleans is all about, you know, the jazz and the blues and the music and whatever, but I bet the foods and the menus are really, really interesting there. I don't know why I'm just thinking that, maybe because it's nearly lunchtime and I'm and I'm very hungry. I'm not sure, but I think this would be lovely. I think the whole thing here is really different, isn't it? Kind of takes you a bit out of your travel comfort zone as well, doesn't it? To see something different, because you've got the mix there of Boston and New Orleans, and then the kind of familiarity of the Caribbean, where every island is different, but, you know, the Caribbean pretty much gives you some surefire guarantees, doesn't it? I love this, and it comes up in early November as well. Boston, the Caribbean and New Orleans, 20 nights, so, you know, nigh on 3 weeks. And the cruise is all-inclusive, very all-inclusive in this case. And look at your price tag, because this is nearly 3 weeks away. I think a lot of people are going to look at this and say, actually, I think I want this. Because this takes you it takes you from the beginning of November pretty much to the end. I am loving the chance of that. £199 each deposit today, and the ease of this package is just incredible because we've done all the planning for you. So you start with your flight out to Boston. You've got 2 nights there in a hotel to enjoy and love, and then you join Norwegian Breakaway that's just been newly refurbished just a few months ago, in fact. 2-week cruise, all inclusive in the Caribbean, including the greatest range of ports out there around the island. Full premium drinks package included, 4-night specialty dining package included, Wi-Fi package included, shore excursion credits in every port included. You end the cruise in New Orleans, and then you've got 3 nights in a hotel there to enjoy before your flight home nearly 3 weeks later. Sounds good to me. Ticks a few boxes, this one, doesn't it? Here's the details that you need to get yourself involved. That's lovely. That's very, very nice indeed. Do you know what? I was looking at only the other day the schedule for the whole of 2026 and looking through all the gaps that there are, because, you know, obviously quite busy. There's a couple of cruise with Derek's this year and and this, that and the other. And just booked the holiday break to Cornwall in November. If I hadn't have done, I would have looked very, very seriously at this, because if you think about it, I mean, and I love this country, don't get me wrong, and I love holidaying in this country, but having been to the Caribbean only twice now, I think a 3rd time is definitely on the cards. And I love this because you've got the exploration time in Boston and in New Orleans, both cities I know very little about but want to discover more about. And then what's not to love about having 2 weeks of cruising around the Caribbean, especially with Norwegian, especially on the Breakaway, where you can walk all the way down the side of the ship on the outside, lots of bars and restaurants where you can eat in, eat out, lounge in, lounge out. You know, it's so free and so beautiful. Yeah. I mean, I can understand why the Breakaway is just so popular. All of the Norwegian ships that have that waterfront going on the outside, where there's something different, you know, literally, you know, 15 steps and there's something different going on.
I love that. It's about variety being on a cruise, isn't it? This is the thing. You've got all of these wonderful aesthetics, but at the same time, you can just keep it simple and just, it's about enjoying the finest things in life. Watching the ocean float by, having a lovely meal, having time to chat to your other half or whoever you're cruising with. You're afforded the time when you're on a cruise, aren't you? Do
you know what? I could be thinking about swapping Cornwall for the Caribbean. I don't know. Anyway, listen, stay right where you are. We'll see you back here soon.
See you soon.